hours. And yeah, it was a bit cold and dark, but it was good fun though. At the end of the day, we had to do a few re-entries into the house, a few retakes. So it was quite interesting, and bless the TV crew because they were obviously in the rain, in the cold as well. So I
What were
think
you
it
doing
was
for
good
6
fun in
hours
general.
looking at a house? 6 hours? Did the
I
agent
know,
stay with you?
and the agent was there, but I don't think he came in to the shot.
Wow.
But we, Michael and Tasha, we were running around the house. They were picking up good observations, by the way, but not that was shown because I think obviously you guys only have like an hour for the episode to air, so not all of it was shown. But it's really interesting because after all that filming, that probably was like 3 minutes, 1 minute, 2 minute of the
Yep.
show. So that's interesting. So could imagine how many hours you guys had to film.
Yeah. And listen, half of you have not got your cameras on at the minute. So I can forgive Aaron. So Aaron, I've worked with Aaron a little bit. He's going to come on and speak, but Aaron won't put his camera on because of the job that he does. So you won't find him. But Aaron's a cool guy. He's going to come on and speak a little bit later, and I'm going to show you what he's done. And so that'll be cool. But yeah, if you got, so I've spoken to some of you guys. I know that. Let's see. Oh, Jyoti, good to see you. And Dee, you're hiding behind there. Come on, put your camera on. Let me see you. And yeah, there you go. There's Damien, because I spoke to Damien O'Neill as well. That's it. It's all fun. I love it. How you doing? That's Remy, isn't it? Yeah, good to see you. Long time no see. That's really cool. All right, listen, what I'm going to do, I'm going to start, and I will bring Michael and Natasha in, but I'm just going to start because many of you just want to see, what actually happens. And so just to tell you what's going to happen, I'm going to go and talk a little bit about the show from my experience, and then I'm going to bring in Michael and Natasha and really ask them what, what their experience was like and what very much they've been doing with me since then. I can tell you that Michael and I were interviewed by The Mirror today with Channel 5 in attendance on a follow-up of what's happening. So one of the things of what's happening is going to be revealed tonight. You're the first people to see it or hear about it. And it's really exciting. All right. So we're going to tell you that when it's coming up. When we've done that, I'm going to introduce a couple of people because a lot of people have been talking. Some of you guys who have phoned me have said, Trevor, I really want to get into property. I don't have a lot of money. How do I do it? And I'm going to do a little bit on what's called purchase lease options. And when I give a little bit of my story and how I was scammed and basically bought 2 properties for £125,000, which led me into £49,000 worth of debt on credit cards because my very good friend who is very highly educated in a professional job said, yeah, don't worry. We've got these guaranteed buybacks, guaranteed rents. It's going to be fantastic. And it all fell apart. And we were in court every 3 months asking to get rent so we could pay. And the reason I got so high on the credit cards was purely that I gave my job up as a chef, which I was only about nearly £60,000 in London, to £19,000 as a community development officer. And I didn't have the money to pay for these mortgages and the council tax and the service fees and the maintenance costs and all that. It was crazy. So I learned the hard way, but purchase lease options got me out. And I'm going to talk a little bit about that. I've got a couple of people to come in and talk about what they're doing and working with me and how they're making money. And at the end, I'm going to just tell you some of the online courses that we have available and other courses coming up. There's no pressure, guys. I'm just going to tell you, we are doing an offer tonight on some of those online courses, and I will talk to you very briefly about that, and it's there for you. So that's what we've got tonight. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share screen. I will look at your messages. It's when let's see, Wolverhampton, good. When I'm actually presenting, I can't access this text box. So when I do close it down towards the end, I will go through the questions. Leslie will butt in anytime she wants, especially with a question or anything, and I'll answer that as we go. So there we go. Good to see you all. So here I go. I'm going to share a screen if I can find it. Yes. So I worked really hard on this. Here we go. So can you all see that? I hope you can. You should, no, not that one, not that one. What am I doing? Don't want that. This one, yes. Can you see that? Yeah, good. I hope so. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start that there, and you should see all of that there. Rich house, poor house, nice photos. There you go. I know Natasha's saying, I don't like that photo. I know, I'm sorry, but it wasn't me who took it. We've become very close with Michael and Natasha. It's lovely. All right. And listen, you have to agree, that photo makes me look really, really fat. No, I am really, I've got to lose it. So the show, it took place. We had people arrive at our house on Thursday, the 26th of November last year. So they actually traveled up to stay in a hotel, but they called us and said, can we pop in and say hello? So they came and I did dinner for them, and they took, a little bit of video there, not much. But then they arrived on the Friday and they were here all day. And the same will be reflected for Mike and Natasha. So they wanted to do what is the background story. So they took myself, they took Marie and Joy off, and they did the videoing. And that was quite intense. On the Saturday morning, we got up again. Marie didn't enjoy it, but they wanted to film her packing. And so guess what? She has to pack, and then she has to unpack and pack and unpack and pack and unpack and then close it about 5 times. And when I came out of the house with the bag, it was about the 5th time I'd done that. So it didn't look very elegant. I sort of chucked it out there. Come on, let's get out. And it is funny, the things that you have to do again and again. Obviously, we went to a hotel Saturday night. We got up and then were taken to the thing. And that went... Then we had, the day's filming, and I kid you not, it started anytime from sort of 8:15, 8:30, they would arrive, and they wouldn't leave. This is a team of people, 3 people, the producer, a cameraman, and sort of a runner that helped and did lots of things for us. And they wouldn't leave until the earliest was 9:30 at night, and the latest was 11:15. So it was intense, to say the least. Now, I have the pleasure to say, look, the people that came on here, Leslie, great. And these are the ones I've got. Obviously, there's Natasha, but there were lovely people who did not make it on. One was Vanessa, that's Michael's mum. And we traveled over to Birmingham to see her, just over 3 hours there, 3 hours back. Had a lovely time, but sadly she didn't make it on, but it was lovely to meet her. And there were people on our side here that didn't make it on, such as a hairdresser and a few other people. So that was that. But if guys, you have to give me the thumbs up or not. Please put your comments down. Some people said, wow, what handsome young men my sons are. I do have another son. He's in Australia. He didn't feature in the program, so I didn't put him here. But listen, why are you so surprised that they're so handsome? Look. All right. So, yeah. All right, they got it from Marie's side. I get it. Lovely Leslie came on with her dogs, and that's the kitchen where we were. So it's all cooking. And if you want to know about my cooking, you have to ask Natalie. We love Natalie. So Natalie is Natasha's twin sister. All right. So that's the sort of background. When we finished, we had this beautiful meeting with Mike and Natasha at the pub. But the thing is, when we arrived, I'm not kidding, we must have waited nearly over 2 hours until we could sit down and meet each other. So we were kept apart. We were not allowed. And even when we sat down, they said, no speaking. But I said, no, we will talk. We talked about football, not about our lives or anything. But it was an experience to get to know people without meeting them and finding out about their character and so much about their background. And it was so lovely to actually finally meet them. But to learn so much was invaluable for us. If you want to see what I have done on my YouTube channel, which is very much property focused, I bring a video out every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And I have done a series since the show of talking about our daily thing that we did during the show. So if you want to go there and have a look, no problem. There's loads of property stuff there as well. If you're interested in property, you'll pick up some great tips. So people said, Trevor, how did you spend the money? What did you do? And everything. So on the show, they didn't see it. You didn't see this, but it was actually on the table when we were speaking at the end. And I did this on the very first day. I made my budget form, and that was it. Now then, milk and newspaper. So, we did spend £1.40 on newspapers. She got 2 newspapers, guys, all right? So it wasn't that bad. And she got a newspaper and a cup of tea in bed after the Winegate saga. but you can see the breakdown. So there was my shopping. We did everything that we needed to do, and managed it well. It's we didn't go without, and it was good. I asked Marie if she would do that with her budget here. No, but I'm still working on that one. So here we go. So here, Michael and Natasha, come in. So unmute yourself. Come and tell us, what was it like during the show? Just give us a bit of your feedback on what it was like for you coming here.
You can go.
It was nice for a change.
Yeah.
We thought it was going to be more relaxing than what it was, but it really wasn't at all. And it was from 7 o'clock in the morning till the latest. It was like 12 o'clock at night, wasn't it? The latest day that we ended up going. Well, the crew went. So it was literally like a full day, 5 full days of cameras in your face and being told stop, do that again. Yeah, okay, that one right. We'll do that again. Can you just stop in there? Can we just stare at each other now? And that's when I think after about a couple of days, we were in the spa, and I had to stare at Tasha after we had our little chat, and I just burst out laughing, and I just couldn't help myself laugh. And then the cameraman just went, right, okay, let's move on now. This isn't going right. So I think I had a few days in a row where I was like giggling to myself. It was crazy.
I've enjoyed the whole experience, but I would definitely not do it again. I mean, we love like meeting you guys and everything. I mean, just 100 hours of filming in a week, it's just exhausting. Oh no, but yeah, we enjoyed our experience, and if we didn't do it, we wouldn't have met you guys. So you changed our lives in a way. So
they did push you a little bit far sometimes, didn't they? Where you'd had enough and you wanted to escape.
I did escape. I think I locked myself in your bathroom for an hour to have a bath. And they was like, "Where's Natasha gone?" Having a bath. Yeah.
And for those who, every night, no matter what time you came back, they would set up what's called the loo cam. So they'd set it up and you have to go in. They sit outside and ask you the questions. So it was quite good, though, I have to say, to reflect each day. If you did it next day, you'd forget the emotional attachment to it as well. But so since the show, since, we said, okay, we're going to do the mentorship on the one-to-one, Michael and myself, we did an induction day. So what I did is I invited them, and again, under COVID, you're allowed to do work and everything. So they came to the house, and I set up a screen, and I do an induction day with people coming on to this one-to-one mentorship, because I need them to come. To anyone who comes onto it needs to come and start at a baseline and understand what's going to be entailed, what they need to be working on, what they need to learn to go forward. So that was quite a mind-filled day, especially in an area which maybe you're not used to. So how was that day with you then?
I thought this was the first time we saw you since the show.
Yeah. Very good. I like it. Yeah, we haven't seen each other at all. Come on, Mike.
From the induction, you give us all the booklets and stuff like that, and all the online training, and I never knew how much you need, how much there was.
I think when you told me everything afterwards, I was like, whoa. And my brain can't really evaporate things as fast as Michael's. Michael's more clever than me, like in all aspects.
Obviously.
But, I'm not making his head any bigger. But like you said, I asked you a couple of questions on our induction day, and you just said, well, that's the questions we need, because obviously, to have the knowledge that you have. But Michael's, again, I'll let you say that.
So come on, Michael, before we go any further, in your own words, what's the journey been like since we started working together?
It's been good. It's been really good. I've been busy, so every day off that I've had, saying that I've changed my jobs now, so I do 4 on, 4 off. So on my 4 days off, while the kids have been at school, which has been quite nice for a break, I've been doing loads of viewings as well, and having an insight of what each property can bring potential wise, and always seeing a solution, not a problem, to a situation.
I love it
as well. And I think the biggest part about it, what you've learned from me as well, is nothing to do with